Welcome to This Explainer. Today we're going to be decoding the absolutely fascinating and honestly kind of hidden reality of how the world's most powerful leader actually lives. Think about it. Does the person sitting right there in the Oval Office ever have to sweat over the rising cost of groceries or electric bills or inflation like the rest of us? Or is their day-to-day life actually closer to, well, an emperor? Today, we're skipping all the standard political talk. Instead, we're going to look directly at the sheer scale of wealth, the unbelievable perks, and the literal sci-fi level security that comes with the gig. The facts here are genuinely astonishing, and honestly, some of these details, you're probably going to be hearing them for the very first time. Okay, let's dive right into this. We've got to start with the most obvious question, right? What is the actual literal paycheck for running the United States? The base salary is exactly $400,000 a year. Let that number just sink in for a second. 400 grand. To put that into perspective, that is a staggering 11.37 crore Pakistani rupees every single year. If you break that down, we're talking roughly $33,000 or over 90 lakh rupees every single month. But that base salary, yeah, that's just the starting point. They also get these massive additional budgets. We're talking a $50,000 allowance purely for personal expenses, and on top of all that, a $100,000 budget just for emergency travel. So the cash flow is clearly immense. But wait until you see their living expenses. This is where the sheer scale of the extravagance really starts to escalate. Because that $400,000 salary we just talked about, they don't have to spend a single dime of it on rent or a mortgage. The commander-in-chief gets to live in a 55,000 square foot palace completely rent-free. Just look at how much is packed into that space. We are talking 132 rooms, 35 bathrooms, 3 separate kitchens, a private gym, a movie theater, and yes, no joke, even a bowling alley. And here's the absolute craziest part. Literally everything is free. The absolute highest quality food prepared by top chefs, free. The most advanced medical care on the planet, completely free. Wherever they go, these top-tier amenities just follow them. Now, you might be thinking, all this luxury just evaporates the second a new president is sworn in and the old one moves out. Well, the reality is actually quite different. The luxury absolutely does not end when the term does. So, the crucial point to understand here is that becoming president secures your lifestyle for life. After leaving office, former presidents get hit with a massive annual pension of $200,000. Plus, they get a private office, extensive travel privileges, and, perhaps most importantly, elite continuous Secret Service protection for themselves and their families. It's basically a lifetime membership to an incredibly exclusive club. It ensures they never really have to return to a normal civilian life again. But what happens when the president actually needs to step outside the safety of that 55,000 square foot palace while they're in office? We're going to shift gears a bit here. Forget the bowling alleys, forget the free meals. Let's talk about survival out in the real world. Because the logistics of moving the president, well, they look less like a luxury tour and way more like a high-stakes spy movie. Enter the Beast. This isn't just a car, okay? It's a literal mobile fortress. It's widely considered the safest, most advanced presidential vehicle on Earth, and it comes with a mind-boggling price tag of $1.5 million. That's roughly 45 crore Pakistani rupees for a single car. And here's exactly why it costs 45 crore rupees. The body is forged from 8-inch thick steel plates specifically designed to withstand direct bomb blasts. The windows, those are 5-inch thick bulletproof glass that can stop practically any projectile you throw at it. The tires are made of Kevlar, which means they're virtually blowout-proof. But check this out, even if an enemy somehow completely destroys those tires, it doesn't matter. The Beast is engineered to just keep driving at high speeds entirely on its steel rims. It is an unbreakable moving bunker. If that wasn't enough, let's look at the actual sci-fi gadgets packed inside this thing. In the event of a chemical weapon attack, the car completely seals itself off and uses its own separate clean oxygen supply. It features night vision cameras for driving in pitch black, and it's constantly synced up with CIA tracking. It's even armed with electric shotguns and tear gas launchers to repel attackers. And incredibly, this is wild. There is literally a refrigerator on board that is constantly stocked with the president's exact blood type for emergency transfusions. They are prepared for absolutely anything. So that brilliantly illustrates what it takes to keep the president safe on the ground. But what happens when they need to take to the skies? Let me tell you, if you thought the car was impressive, wait until you see the plane. This is Air Force One. Now, it actually consists of two specially customized Boeing aircraft built exclusively for the president. And the price tag? $660 million. Let that settle for a second. That is approximately 200 billion Pakistani rupees for an airplane. But hey, for 200 billion rupees, you basically get airborne invincibility. Air Force One is engineered to withstand missiles, bomb blasts, and even chemical attacks. It's equipped with advanced radar jamming systems to completely blind enemy targeting. But perhaps the most astonishing capability is its mid-air refueling. Basically, if America's ever under a catastrophic attack, the president does not need to land. Air Force One can literally stay up in the sky for weeks on end. It is actually safer than any underground military bunker on the ground. Inside, it functions like an inverted White House. The president isn't just flying around, they are actively ruling. The plane has full war command capabilities, allowing the commander-in-chief to issue military orders right from the clouds. It houses a presidential office, a massive conference room, and naturally a fully equipped modern medical hospital capable of handling any health emergency mid-flight. So we've seen the 55,000 square foot palace. We've seen the millions of dollars in salary and pensions, the bomb-proof cars, and the billion-rupee flying fortresses, which leads us to a really fascinating question. With all of this extreme wealth, power, and luxury handed to you on a silver platter, would anyone ever say no to the money? Well, on a bright morning in January 2017, Donald Trump took the oath of office, officially becoming the 45th president of the United States. He was stepping right into this exact empire of immense wealth and unbelievable perks. But then, he made a decision that stood in pretty stark contrast to the standard expectations of the office. He stated, quite simply, "I won't take the salary. I already have a lot of money." It was an incredibly unexpected twist, especially after looking at the sheer volume of cash and resources typically absorbed by the commander-in-chief. While the standard presidential salary sat at $400,000, Donald Trump decided to accept a salary of exactly $1 a year. Because, legally he had to be paid something, so $1 was the absolute minimum. And the rest of that massive $400,000 salary, he just donated it to various government departments throughout his term. It's a fascinating contrast to the ultimate luxury we've been exploring today. From a rent-free palace and a 45 crore rupee sci-fi car to a 200 billion rupee flying bunker that could literally survive the apocalypse. The scale of this power is genuinely hard to wrap your head around. Which leaves me with one final thought for you to ponder. If you were handed the keys to this unbelievable empire, would you keep the millions or walk away with just $1? Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and keep questioning what goes on behind closed doors.